20 people killed, 26 hurt during a mass shooting in El Paso, Texas. President Trump tweeted last night condemning the shooting and calling it tragic and an act of cowardice. He also said there are no reasons or excuses that will ever justify killing innocent people. California Congresswoman Norma Torres, she had her own tweet, this just hours after that shooting, saying this: Donald Trump, this is on you, and Moscow, hashtag Mitch McConnell. El Paso gunman allegedly posted wildly anti-immigrant essay online.
Representative Torres now live with us this morning. Thank you for waking up with us. Tell us what you meant by that tweet. Did you blame the president? You're blaming his rhetoric?
Absolutely. I am absolutely putting this on the President of the United States. You cannot be out there in our community inciting hate, inciting violence, talking about Mexicans as rapists and drug dealers, and not expect people that are introverts and are not socially active to not act out on those issues. It is the hate that he is spilling in our communities that is causing these issues.
And Congresswoman, you immigrated from Guatemala at the age of 5. You're from a largely Latino immigrant community. What are folks in your community saying?
Everybody is frightened about what is happening in our communities. You can't go to a community festival. You can't go to church. You can't go to the movie theaters. You cannot, go to Walmart. I mean, what's happening here? As a 911 dispatcher, I did that for 17 and a half years. I have listened to victims of shootings, but never to the extent that we are seeing now. And what I'm asking families in my community and across America is have a plan. Have a plan to save yourselves. Have an exit plan no matter where you are. Look for exits and have a plan to meet somewhere outside. So you're not waiting around and looking inside an active shooter location for your family member.
You even tweeted out this morning, if you're going to church, make sure you have a plan.
Absolutely. We know that this is not going to stop. The rhetoric from the president isn't going to stop. Mitch McConnell in the Senate is not going to move our bills forward that we have passed in Congress. Simple background checks, expanding that 3-day timeline that the FBI has to complete a background checks. 3 days certainly isn't enough time in some of these cases. So allow them to do a complete background check before you give someone an AK-47, a weapon of mass destruction. And what we are seeing here, Dayton, Ohio was very fortunate that officers were there within 1 minute and were able to kill the shooter and stop him.
And still 9 people killed and so many injured in just that 1 minute.
Because of the high caliber magazines and the type of weapon that he had. Absolutely. Weapons that are weapons of war. They don't belong in our communities.
All right, Congresswoman Norma Torres, it's just a sobering thought to think that that's how we have to live our lives right now.
Absolutely. And when you have young children and when you are traveling with an elderly parent, you have to make sure that you understand and you talk about how you're going to exit any situation.
All right, Norma Torres, thanks so much for coming up with us, talking with us this morning on such a tough morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.